Hello. It has been a while since I've done a video that has my face in it. So, hello, if you've never seen my face before. Today I wanted to talk about the Samsung Galaxy ecosystem and Samsung Flow a little bit. In some ways this is a follow-up to that video I did about why I decided to get an Android tablet. And if you haven't watched that, basically, one of the bigger reasons why I wanted to get a Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is the full name, a mouthful I know, is that I have a Samsung phone and I have Samsung earbuds, and so part of me was like, well, it just kind of makes more sense for me to get something with that theme. I kind of wanted to talk about it specifically from the perspective of a student, because naturally, depending on what you do, your job, whether you're a student or not, what kind of content you like to consume, your experience with your devices will be a little bit different. So this is specifically from the context of a university student. To give some context, I have a Samsung Note 10. And I want to specify the Note part because my phone obviously has S Pen support. It comes with a little S Pen in it. And so I've used Samsung Notes in the past, just like scrawling little things out on my phone. And so that was one of the reasons why it made sense for me to get a Samsung tablet, since I would mostly be using the tablet for school, and having that like cloud saving with Samsung Notes and being able to access that stuff both on my tablet and my phone, that made sense for me. But one of the things that I was considering before I bought the tablet was that I know a lot of people really like the iPad Air and the iPad Pro, and they do have different apps in terms of, well, in general, they have different apps, but specifically GoodNotes is only on iOS devices, and that is a really popular note-taking app. It has a lot of good features. And so obviously software-wise, as well as just the whole tablet in general, there were differences between getting an iPad or getting the Samsung tablet. Before I get into the main thing, which is Samsung Flow, really the only feature that I use consistently is, I don't know what the name of it is, but with the Galaxy Buds, it automatically switches to whatever device you are playing audio from. I have no idea if that's just like a really basic feature and I was just blown away by this for no reason. But I think it's pretty useful. Like if I am watching a video on my phone or something and I decide I want to listen to music on my tablet instead, it'll just switch over to the tablet and play audio from the tablet, which I think is nice. But the main thing that really shows the connectivity is Samsung Flow. And now Samsung Flow is not limited to the Galaxy ecosystem. It is also available on Windows. I am unsure if it's available for like MacBooks or not. I'll have to check on that. But as someone who uses a laptop a lot, that was really convenient for me, because at the end of the day, the tablet is great, but I mostly use it for note-taking, and also there are limitations between having like an Android browser and a laptop browser, obviously. So I'll typically have stuff that's a little harder to navigate on the tablet on my laptop, and then I'll have my note-taking stuff on the tablet. But then if there's any documents I need to download or something, I just pop it into Samsung Flow and then I can load it up on the tablet. I do sometimes wish that there was kind of like an AirDrop type feature. There is that with like between my Samsung devices. So like if I want to upload a document or a video from my phone to my tablet, there's like that AirDrop equivalent, that quick share. But I wasn't able to figure out if I could do that on Windows. For Samsung Flow, you have to manually open the apps yourself on like whichever devices you're trying to connect. It doesn't do that automatically. I initially was a little bit disappointed that it didn't do that automatically, but when I kind of thought about it, if it was just running all the time, it would obviously drain a lot of battery, and especially for people who will not utilize that, it makes sense to be able to turn it on and off yourself. And if you're unfamiliar with Samsung Flow, it basically just looks like a chat screen, but it's just between your two devices, so you can send messages, which in terms of like actual practicality would maybe be something you need to copy and paste, photos, links, stuff like that. And you'll be able to see them on both devices. There is also a clipboard sync option, which I find pretty useful, especially between my phone and the tablet. You also have to manually turn that on yourself, even while you're connected with Samsung Flow. The clipboard option is separate. I found that really useful while studying, because if I have like my textbook open on my laptop or something, I can copy paste something from there, send it to the tablet. Other than productivity and work purposes, I don't really know what the purpose of Samsung Flow would be, but because that's what I mainly use the tablet for, it's perfect. Another example of how I use it is in a virtual lecture. I'll have Zoom running on my laptop, and if the professor sends a PDF or something, I can download it on the laptop and then send it to the tablet, like real time. It doesn't take like any effort really, and it's super convenient. No switching screens, and obviously I can use the S Pen to annotate it rather than just like typing on my laptop or something. For people that are still considering whether or not they should buy within their device ecosystem, specifically for Samsung users, I guess. Obviously, there's no hard yes or no. It will depend on how you'll use it, how you'll use your devices, what kind of workload you have. I mean, generally speaking, there are Android tablets that are cheaper than iPads. Again, a lot of Samsung's flagships are a little on the pricier end of that Android spectrum. But if you know anything about the S6 Lite, a lot of people really like it, and I think it's really good for students. It's affordable, and it does what it needs to do. Maybe if you're like a video editor or something, it won't work out well for you. If you're planning on editing on it. But in terms of doing schoolwork, which is a lot more like text-based and note-taking, Samsung Flow works really well. And especially if you have a Galaxy book or something, it would work even smoother with that. My one major caveat, though, is that if you're a student and you prefer to take notes on something like Microsoft OneNote or Evernote or Google Drive, it doesn't make a difference in terms of cloud saving because they have their own independent thing, and you'll be able to access that those apps regardless of what kind of device you have. I think really what the ecosystem is good for is if you're familiar with Samsung, you don't want to make the switch. If you think that you will be using multiple devices often, again, that's dependent on what kind of work you're doing. Some people might never need to have that many like windows open at once that they need multiple devices. Going back to when I first decided to get the tablet and wanting to stay within that same ecosystem, was that a good decision? I think yes, for me it was. I utilize it anytime that I'm in a virtual class, anytime I'm working on a lot of things at once. Generally, if I'm just working on like one assignment, I don't really need to have it open since I can just since I tend to have only like maybe one Chrome window open and then like either Microsoft Word or Samsung Notes or something. But when I'm actually doing, when I'm having like a longer work session, it has been really useful for me. Yeah, this was a messy video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and see you next week.